Bandstand Busking with the wave pictures from, I guess, left to right. David, Padraic and Johnny. Thanks very much for coming on. It's great.
Thanks for having us.
Now, the debut album came out a couple of months ago, 3 months ago. But in fact, you guys have been together for some 9 years. Is that true? Or yourself and Padraic have been playing together? I mean, is there sort of a decade anniversary coming up?
No, not exactly. I've been playing with Padraic, playing rock and roll music in different forms for 10 years.
Okay.
But we've only been called the Wave Pitchers for just 6 years.
Just 6?
Yeah, and we've only had Johnny playing with us for 4 years? Yeah. About 4 years.
And is there lots of recordings hanging around? I've heard there's sort of 5 or 6 full albums on CD or
yeah,
we've collector's items.
Sure, I guess. No one seems to be trying very hard to collect them because you can buy them from all of our shows. But yeah, we've done a lot of recording, a lot of home recording, and a fair bit of studio recording now. So before we were signed, we didn't really send out demos or anything. We just made albums at home. You know, sold them at shows. Just did exactly the same as you would do if you had a label putting them out. Really, that's what we did. So we have several unreleased albums going back for the last 6 years.
We'll look forward to the remasters in a few years' time. But I mean, in that time, you've sort of played with a lot of guys. Played backing band to Herman Doone and John Darnielle from Mounted Ghost, Jeffrey Lewis. Was that kind of like a dream internship in a way?
I guess it was pretty cool at the time. We got asked to play, or you played with Herman Doone. They played some shows and they asked us to play in a festival in France, so that was really good. It was the first chances we got to go abroad and play music were through those people. And yeah, it was really cool playing with all of them. You know, you got to play loads of guitar, didn't you? Which was good.
Yeah, it was really fun. And you know, we were fans of all of those people before we met them.
And I remember reading in one interview that these kind of guys and older bands like guys like Jonathan Richman and Chuck Berry are where the influences come from to such an extent that you're, in one interview someone said you were not aware of bands like it was the Maccabees was one, and if we read through a few names at you and see, do you know the sort of bands today like MGMT? Does that
Never heard of them.
Never heard?
No.
Foals?
I've heard of Foals, and I got told off by my ex-girlfriend for slagging off new bands on the grounds that Foals have toured the country playing in small venues, which is good for the Foals, but I still don't think I've ever heard their music.
Oh, I don't think we don't. Yeah, I've not heard their music either.
But we know loads of new bands, you know, coming soon. Slow Club, Emmy the Great. We've got lots of friends and we play a lot of music and we're touring all the time. It's just that there seems to be a kind of obsession with new bands at the minute, which is nice when it's us, but we're not like obsessed with knowing all of the new bands. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not the thing that excites us. We like
found a good band that we actually just really liked, and we wouldn't not like them because we're not, you know, we're not retro or something. I mean, some people.
No, because I know you'd written, I think it was David, when you were talking about Leave the Scene Behind, which is the first song on the album, that you were saying the new is new is valued above the special, which I think is an interesting line.
I think that's really true, that people value the new above the special, that the novelty of something, that it being something done recently, is given far too much interest. People are always looking for an exciting new band instead of just looking for an exciting band. And I think that there's great music to listen to. If you like the kind of songs that I like, pretty much from the Second World War until now, there's an inexhaustible supply of good music, and there's hundreds of good bands now. It's not that there's not. It's not that we don't think there are loads of good bands now, because we do. It's just that we're not obsessed with what's happening in 2008 especially. You know, I think that's the thing that's just good. We're just interested in you know, everything we can find that's good and exciting to us. And you know, we buy records constantly. And
but I mean, speaking of new things, before we let you go, there's an EP which is out this week.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. Is it five original songs and an album track?
Yeah, Just Like a Drummer was on the Instant Coffee Baby album, and then there's 5 new tracks. We've got Lisa Lee Lund singing with us on there, and Rebecca Taylor from Slow Club is singing on there with us as well. And it's pretty much like an extra side of the album. It's like half of the album again, kind of. It's the same from the same recording sessions, and we think the songs are as good as the ones on the album ourselves.
Sounds great, and we had 3 new songs today as well.
Yeah, 3 new songs today.
So lots of great new songs. So lots to check out for everyone.
Yeah.
And let's thank you guys again for coming in.
Oh, thanks very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.